Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 22nd annual Latinos Unidos Luncheon. I'm very honored to be your moderator for this very special and first time ever virtual event. My name is Jennifer Piñate. I'm an anchor for WFLA News Channel 8 and our newly launched newscast en español, Noticias Tampa Hoy. As many of you know, our station's motto is "On Your Side." And we truly mean it. We work very hard to inform, raise the voices of our very diverse community, and be your advocate to help solve any problems that you might face. It's crucial for us to be engaged in our community and serve in any way possible. And we are so elated to have the opportunity to partner with the Tampa Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council as they also share those core values. I've been working very closely with some of the council members, including Anthony here, for the past year since I began my journey at WFLA, and it's been inspiring to see the passion behind their mission to empower our Hispanic community and, of course, to empower our youth, who are our future leaders. And with that said, we have a lot in store for you this afternoon, including some amazing keynote speakers. So to kick things off, I'll hand the baton over to Anthony Perez, chair of this year's event. Anthony?
Thank you, Jennifer. And as Jennifer said, my name is Anthony Perez. I am the chair of this year's Latinos Unidos Luncheon and also the immediate past chair of this council. Thank you for joining us today. So while COVID warranted the postponement of our luncheon game plan for 2020, we want you to know that it did not sideline our goals or our spirit. Since the first of the year, we zeroed in on this year's events, and we were committed to making it better than ever before. And with the support of Mayor Jane Castor, we added even more to this year's lineup with the addition of the first ever Viva Tampa virtual run, which took place over the past 2 weeks, and with over 50 registrations was a complete success. This year, we celebrate our 38th year as a council, and this being our 22nd year of our signature event, the Latinos Unidos Luncheon. This event has become a vital component of our work as we focus on showcasing the increasing influence and economic impact of Latinos in our country through the achievements of our keynote speakers. This event provides significant funds that provide scholarships for local Latino students with financial needs at the University of South Florida, Hillsborough Community College, and the University of Tampa. Lastly, a special thank you to the Latinos Unidos subcommittee, who worked tirelessly around the clock to make this event happen. This council knows a thing or two about overcoming adversity, staying positive, and learning new things. And as I like to say, finding a way to make margaritas out of lemons.
That will forever be one of my favorite lines. Well, now for the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem performed by Lindsay D., Girl Scout Ambassador from Media Girls. Welcome, Lindsay.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? the land of the free and the
And the home of the brave. Lindsay, an amazing voice you have. Thank you so much. And it is now my pleasure to introduce our invocation delivered by the 2018 Latinos Unidos Scholarship recipient, Josefina Plata Guzman, a University of South Florida class of 2019 graduate. Josefina, adelante.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before the invocation, I would like to wish a happy birthday to my mentor and a former chair of the Mayor Hispanic Advisory Council, Patsy Sanchez. There will never be enough words to express the gratitude I feel towards Miss Patsy. Thanks to her, I have the honor of being here with you all today and I'm being able to reach my goals. Not only did she mentor me, but she also became my friend and made me feel part of a family. Miss Patsy, you have touched the hearts and impacted the lives of many students like me by showing us the path to a better future. We will never be able to repay your hard work and dedication to helping us, but we can try by never forgetting the importance of giving back. We thank you. Now, everyone, please bow your heads. Dear God, as a Mayor Hispanic Advisory Council scholarship recipient, I give thanks for everyone here. For their being here supports education, and because of them, I was able to pursue my college degree. I give you thanks for the support of the sponsors whose contributions have changed my life and the life of students before me and students in the future. Talented students who, without this support, may forgo an education simply because they cannot afford it. We thank you for this moment, for everyone here has a story of success and challenges that reminds us to never give up and inspires us to reach new heights. We thank you for the opportunity to see ourselves in them and to be grateful to live in a country where dreams do come true and generous people are glad to extend a hand to uplift others. We pray that you continue to bless us with these gifts that we receive every day. In all the names that we call you, amen.
Amen. Thank you for that wonderful prayer, Josefina, and for that recognition to Patsy Sanchez. As I mentioned earlier, proceeds from this event go towards making college dreams a reality for students who otherwise might not have elected to go to college. Many of these students are the first in their families to attend college, and because of your generosity, their future and their families' futures have been changed for the better. Today, I'd like you to hear from 3 scholarship recipients who would like to share their gratitude with you.
Thank you so much to the Latinos Unidos Scholarship Program for allowing me to be a recipient of the scholarship and to further my education and better my future. I'm so proud to be part of an organization that truly does lift as we climb, and I'm forever grateful for that.
My name is Sylvia, and I'm so honored to have the privilege to speak a little bit on what a blessing this scholarship has been to me and to my family, not just when I was in school, but even now when I think about it. Of course, financially, it was something that it helped me get through college and not have to think, oh, am I going to be able to get an education? But the scholarship was a tool that was used for me to be able to continue to get my education and ultimately get a master's degree in speech language pathology. I'm a speech therapist, and I see kiddos anywhere from little 1 till 18 or even older, and I, in a way, I'm giving back too, because I was able to get educated and now I'm able to help them in their goals, whether they're developmentally delayed or whatever else that they might need. I'm able to be that tool for them, just how the scholarship was a tool for me.
Hello, my name is Josefina Plata, and I want to share with you how being part of the Latino Scholarship Program changed my life completely.
Thanks to your generosity, I am now the first college graduate of my entire family, and I can guide my younger siblings to a better future. With my bachelor's degree, I was able to get a job at an amazing hospital where I have the opportunity to help many people every day. Being a Latino scholarship recipient gifted me that chance for a better education and taught me the importance of giving back. I will be forever grateful. Thank you very much.
Wonderful videos. Now to recognize our luncheon sponsors who have played a critical role and their ongoing commitment year after year. I'd like to take a moment and recognize Florida Cancer Specialist, who is our presenting sponsor. And I'd like to share a short video from them.
At Florida Cancer Specialist, you'll find world-class care close to home because when you're fighting cancer in these unprecedented times, you need the most advanced treatments, national clinical trials, and 24/7 access to an oncology care manager. And remember, don't skip your recommended cancer screenings. Regular screenings can save lives because they detect cancer early when it's more treatable. More at flcancer.com.
I'd like to thank you to the student advocate sponsors, the Tampa Bay Lightning Foundation and First Citizens Bank. Our student supporters, Helios Education Foundation, the Hillsborough County Sheriff, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Mosaic, Wells Fargo, and Publix. And lastly, our media sponsors, News Channel 8 On Your Side and Clear Channel Outdoor Tampa Bay. Thank you all for making 2021 the best year yet.
Thank you, Anthony. And now we continue our event with the prestigious Matilda Martinez Garcia Leadership Award. The late Matilda Martinez Garcia was a charter member of the City of Tampa Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council, who served since its founding back in 1983. The organization established the Matilda Martinez Garcia Leadership Award in honor of her dedication and her service that spanned for more than 3 decades. It is awarded annually by the Latinos Unidos Luncheon to an individual who has made extraordinary contributions to the Hispanic community and the people of Tampa Bay. Here to introduce this year's recipient is Marilyn Alvarez, chair of the Leadership Award Committee.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm proud to be able to present our winner, Damaris Soto Francica, who was born in the Dominican Republic and immigrated to the United States in 1984 to attend Massasoit College in Massachusetts, focusing on accounting and business management. She moved to the Tampa Bay area in 1986 and founded Habitat Home Realty of Florida with her husband. Damaris has been serving the Tampa community since her arrival. She is co-founder of the Coalition of Hispanic Artists, past president of the Dominican Association, and a member of the advisory committee of the Tampa Bay Latin Festival and HCC Art Gallery. She was a board member of the Tampa Hispanic Heritage, Inc. for over 14 years and has also served on the League of United Latin American Citizens and the Hispanic Alliance of Tampa Bay. Damaris' volunteer service has impacted many young people throughout our community. She has helped make the dreams of a college education to many deserving students through her fundraising and mentorships. She has helped promote local artists in our community and assisted small businesses flourish with her knowledge and expertise. Damaris has a passion for community service and in making a difference in our community. Many who know Damaris describe her as an individual who gives her heart and soul to everything she does. She is a wife, mother, grandmother who values friendship, loyalty, and making a difference in the community. The Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council is proud to award this year's Matilda Martinez Garcia Award to Damaris Soto Francica. Congratulations, Damaris. Here we're gonna try the new wave. Smile. She's not in the picture. Get in. There we go. Is she in the picture now? There we go. This is Damari's award. All right.
Thank you.
Show me the frame.
There you go.
Okay, thank you, Madeline, and thank you, Anthony. I take this opportunity to thank the Major Hispanic Advisor Council for giving me the opportunity and award me with this this prize. I am really honored and humbled to receive the Matilda Award Leadership Program because it's a prize I hold it close to my heart. Matilda was my mentor through life and to life in Tampa, and she inspired me to give 100%. And she was really a precious person for me, and she considered me like a part of her family. I thank you again to my husband, my family, and my friends and colleagues that support me through all these years to be able to work in the community. Thank you.
Well said, Damaris, and a big congratulations to you as the winner of that prestigious award. It is now my pleasure to introduce Brian Serrano, Chair of the Council since 2020, a member since 2017, and a Sample Insights Leader for the Nielsen Company. Please help me welcome Brian Serrano.
Thank you, Jennifer, and congratulations, Damaris, on your award and for everything that you do for our community. To all of our attendees out there, good afternoon, bienvenidos. My name is Brian Serrano, and it is my pleasure and honor to serve as the chair for the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council. Our council has served the residents of Tampa Bay since 1983, when we were commissioned by then Mayor Bob Martinez to promote good relations and serve as the liaison between our local city government and the Hispanic community. Now, 38 years later, we are proud to continue that tradition today, serving under Mayor Jane Castor. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you, under the great city of Tampa, Mayor Jane Castor.
Thank you so much, Brian, and thank you all for adjusting, taking the steps necessary to have this luncheon occur and to have it be an incredible success. And Brian, I saw both you and Anthony promoting the virtual run, and I know that that was very successful as well. So thank you guys very much for that. This pandemic has been difficult on everyone, individually and collectively in our community. But I feel that we have done a great job in coming together and finding solutions to the problems and the issues that we are confronted with, really turning them all into opportunities. Every day I feel that I couldn't be more proud of our community. And then I wake up and see the wonderful things that have been done in our community. And it just makes me so very proud. And I couldn't be more proud of the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council. You guys provide me with all that I need, with advice, with direction, and you really keep me connected with the fastest growing part of our community, and that is the Latino Hispanic community is by far the fastest growing in the entire Tampa Bay area and in the city as well. So I thank everyone for their efforts. I thank all of the sponsors of this incredibly important event here today. And I hope that although we're having to hold it virtually right now, that it will be the most successful of all of the luncheons that we have had through the years. I personally knew Matilda Garcia as well, a wonderful individual in our community whose legacy will live on, not only through the award that was given today, but also in all that she did for our community and showed the importance of giving back and really bringing our residents together to make this such a wonderful community. The one word that I hear to describe Tampa most often is friendly. And I think that's incredibly important. It shows that, our diversity is something that defines us, but it's also something that we embrace and we can come together regardless of the issues. Now, today's luncheon clearly is to support the scholarships. And just like Josefina, I am the first person in my family to graduate from college. I came from a family of 5 children, and education was certainly important in our family, but there just wasn't the funding for it. So I too was the beneficiary of a scholarship. I received an athletic scholarship, probably not nearly as bright as Josefina is, but I received a full athletic scholarship to the University of Tampa. And I will say emphatically that that's the reason that I'm where I am at today, was because someone provided me with that opportunity. They opened up the door and took a chance on a skinny 17-year-old. And I recognize and appreciate the significance of that scholarship in allowing me to grow and to pass through every door that has led me to the point that I am at right now, to be the first chief of police, female chief of police in the city of Tampa, and then to this position as mayor. And I made a commitment way back in the late 70s when I was in college that I would spend my life providing the same opportunity that I was given to other young people. So to everyone that is participating today in this virtual luncheon, that's what I ask of you, is to understand the significance of your commitment to this scholarship program, and realize that as you may fill out that card with a credit card number, write a check, Venmo, whatever it is, understand that you can be changing an individual's life. The path that they may take, you can change that today by providing scholarship funding that will allow another young person the college opportunity that they may not have otherwise had. We have a lot of individuals in our community that have benefited, as you heard Patsy Sanchez. I'm not sure if she's been around forever, but I know that the things that she has done in our community certainly add up to a lifetime of service to the Tampa Bay area and a positive impact on so many lives. But I know one of the recipients of a scholarship was Elias Torres, who was from our community, went to Leto High School, had no funding to go to college, received the scholarship, graduated from University of South Florida, went on to be incredibly successful, open up a company, sell it, open up another successful company that is used worldwide, and chose to move their company back here to Tampa because of the experience that he had. So he was allowed to be successful because of the scholarship that was given to him. And then he moved his family and his company back here so that he could give back and give that opportunity, not only for scholarships, but for jobs as well. So I can't underscore the significance of this luncheon, this event, and let you know the importance of your donations, and how, as you can see from Josefina and the other 3 individuals that provided their comments, what an impact that it makes on their lives. So I thank you all very much. I have a proclamation. I will not read it all, but I'll read the important parts. So I'm honored to present the proclamation. It says, whereas an annual City of Tampa Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council event, the Latinos Unidos Luncheon, showcases the growing presence and economic impact of Latinos in our city, state, and nation, and celebrates advancements Hispanics have made to our way of life in science, technology, government, business, education, the arts, and so many more important areas. Whereas the 22nd Annual Mayor's Latinos Unidos Luncheon on Wednesday, May 5th, 2021 highlights special keynote speaker Sylvia Acevedo, former NASA rocket scientist and former CEO of Girl Scouts of America. Whereas this year, the 2021 Matilda Martinez Garcia Leadership Award is presented to Damarius Soto Frasica, artist, entrepreneur, and dedicated community volunteer, a native of the Dominican Republic who immigrated to Tampa in 1986. Ms. Soto is a co-founder of the Coalition of Hispanic Artists, the Dominican Association, and the Hispanic Alliance of Tampa Bay. I don't think that can be said enough. Now, therefore, I, Jane Castor, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Tampa, Florida, do hereby proudly proclaim Wednesday, May 5th, 2021 as Latinos Unidos Day. Yay. Very, very exciting. I love this event, if you guys can't already tell. Now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Sylvia Acevedo, as was said, a former NASA rocket scientist and former CEO of the Girl Scouts of America. Now, Brian, am I introducing her or are you? I get to? Oh, yes. All right. I didn't want to steal anybody's thunder. It was through her experience with the Girl Scouts that she discovered her passion for science, space, and math. This led her to explore STEM subjects, which led to a career as a rocket scientist, engineer, technology executive, and award-winning STEM entrepreneur. And I clearly wasn't in that particular area of the Girl Scout troop, the one that you went to, no doubt. And this is amazing. In her work with the Girl Scouts, she directed the largest rollout of merit badges in the history of the Girl Scouts. That is incredible. Sylvia has been named by Forbes as one of America's top 50 women in tech. And in 2019, InStyle magazine placed her at number 7 on its list of women who are changing the world. She's a champion for education, leadership, entrepreneurship, and so much more. I couldn't be more excited to welcome Sylvia Acevedo here today. Welcome, Sylvia.
Thank you very much, Mayor Jane Castro. I really appreciate your support of this event. I'm really honored to be at the Latinos Unidos Virtual Scholarship Luncheon. This is so important. I really applaud the community, the business community, the mayor, the mayor's office for supporting this event. I really, hats off to Lindsay B singing the national anthem a cappella. That's fantastic. And I really do appreciate the Hillsborough School District for choosing my middle school memoir, Path to the Stars, as part of their reading club. So thank you very much. I'm going to start my talks and remarks with a question. You've heard my introduction, rocket scientist, tech exec, Stanford grad, CEO of the Girl Scouts, author, White House commissioner, now corporate board member. And that's one way to introduce me. But there's another way to introduce me, which is girl who grew up in a family that lived paycheck to paycheck. And sometimes my family ran out of money and we had to go live for extended periods of time with other family members because we didn't have enough money. When we finally had enough money, we ended up living in a rent house with dirt roads. All my grandparents were from Mexico. My mom was from Mexico, grew up in a Spanish-speaking household. And because the hygiene was so bad in that dirt road area, my sister became ill with meningitis, forever changing and altering her brain. So I have to ask you, so how did that girl that grew up there become the woman speaking to you today, and with all of those accolades that the mayor was so kind to mention? Well, that's really the gist of my talk. So as I mentioned, the inflection point in my family's life, in my life, was when my sister got sick with meningitis. And my mother realized that the only neighborhood where that epidemic had spread was our dirt roads neighborhood. And so she moved us to another part of town where the streets were paved. Now, I really didn't like it. I was scared. No kid loves me being moved out of a school in the middle of the year. But gratefully, I got involved in programs, and I had been in the pilot program for Head Start. So I had a good start in reading, and we lived near a public library. And I also got involved in after-school programs like the Girl Scouts. And I'm grateful that they did, because they gave me the foundation of the 5 things that I want to share with you today that really made a difference in my life. And I know they helped me live my potential. And I think no matter what your age, they can help you as well. So the first one was learning how to create opportunity, which gives you confidence. And I've got to say that when you are in a family that is living near poverty and lives paycheck to paycheck, you don't always know how to create opportunity. And because of that, in Girl Scouts, my troop leader allowed me to pay for my Girl Scouts programming through selling cookies. And she asked me, so what did I want to do? And I wanted to do everything. Well, she said, that means you're going to have to sell this many boxes of cookies, which was quite a bit back then. But then she taught me, how do you make your dreams come true? How do you create opportunity? And what she did is she said, okay, you want to sell this many boxes. We are selling for 4 weeks. How many days a week did I want to sell? 6 days a week. So she said, okay, every day, this is how many boxes you need to sell. And if you ever run into a problem, feel free to reach out. Now that seems simple, and everyone on this call probably knows how to do that, how to make your dreams come true. But to that girl, being really, it was paycheck to paycheck when family had really had a devastating tragedy affect their lives, learning how to create opportunity was really like opening up the lights in my brain. I was just so excited. And as a result of that, when I was in the 4th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Baldwin, she showed us pictures of universities across America, and she showed this picture of Stanford University. Now, remember, I was raised in the desert, and to see the green hills and the red tile roof and the limestone buildings, I said, I want to go there. Mrs. Baldwin walked by my desk. She looked at me and she said, Sylvia, you're a really smart girl, and you can go there. And that 9-year-old girl said, that is my dream. That is my goal. Figured out what I needed to do, which included earning good grades. And I'm so proud to say that I did graduate from Stanford University as one of the first male or female Hispanics to have ever gotten a graduate engineering degree from Stanford. So the first step is, learning how to create opportunity. Now, the second thing was persistence. And again, my troop leader was great. She knew that I grew up in a Spanish-speaking household, and my family very culturally had children not speak first to adults, waited for adults to speak to children before you spoke. It's kind of a hard way to sell cookies if you can't speak to adults first. So she knew that, and she taught me a lesson that has stayed with me, empowered my career my entire life, which was never walk away from a sale until you've heard no 3 times. And I'll tell you, when you sell to family and friends and people at church, those early sales are easy. But then I had to talk to strangers. And I'm so grateful for that encouragement of how do you get to a yes when you hear that first no? And that is a skill that, as that 7-year-old who first learned it, I began developing that muscle of how do you have persistence, resilience? How do you get to the yes? And as a result of that, by the time I was a senior in high school and I'd signed up for college counseling, and the college counselor looked at me sitting in the lobby and she said, what are you doing here? And I said, I signed up for college counseling. And she looked at me and she said, girls like you don't go to college. Okay, now that's harsh. It was actually statistically correct, but still the wrong thing for any educator to ever say to a student. But remember, by that time, I'd had years of flexing that persistence, resilience muscle. So that was just my first no. So I got up and I walked to her office, sat down. So she came in, sat down, and she said, okay, what do you want to study in college? And I said, I want to be an engineer. And she laughed out loud. So what did I do? I went on and became a rocket scientist. And throughout my career, that getting to a yes, figuring out how do you overcome obstacles has been really key. Now, the third thing is excellence is part of a virtuous cycle that includes failure on the path to success. Now, I was really very fortunate in Girl Scouts that I was earning my science badge. and I wanted to make an Estes rocket. And I failed. The first 5 times, I could not get that rocket to leave the desert sand. But on the 6th time, I finally figured it out, problem solved, so that that rocket went into that beautiful blue New Mexico desert sky. And I just was so excited. And then I had this inner confidence in myself that I could do it. And really, failure is the first attempt in learning, FAIL. And it's really important to overcome that. And that just makes success so much sweeter. So result of that, that helped me really take on different challenges throughout my career, because it was okay not to be perfect at first. But how do you figure out how to get better? And when I was a kid, and after I had figured out I could do, rockets and make them go up, I also thought, I can do math. And so I began doing math, and I asked my teacher for more problems. And I did not just the even assignment, but the even and the odd assignment. And I kept asking for more work. She even gave me the teacher's edition, but I kept taking as much math as possible. And, like any kid, when you do something and you do a lot of it, you get better at it. And because you get better at it, you get good at it. And because you get good at it, you like it. And so it becomes this virtuous circle that leads to excellence. And I got so good at math, I became a rocket scientist. So, that is really very key. The 4th thing is the importance of not just visualization, but the first person you have to convince about anything you want to do in your life is yourself. Because once you are convinced you can do it, you begin to see it in your brain and you begin to create that. I had mentioned the importance of libraries. And when I was a kid, my libraries were the window to the world. And when I wanted to learn about the world, I would just go to the library and learn. And I would go and look at the magazines. And at the time, I was reading about this company called IBM. And it was really the hottest company at the time. And I remember thinking, what would it be like to be there? And I began imagining in my world, as that young teenager, what it would be like to work at a company like that. And I also studied history, and I learned about the importance of the White House. And I thought, wow, what would it be like to be in those kind of places? And in my mind, I created that. So the first person I convinced that I could be there was myself. And I'm proud to say that I did work at IBM. And yes, I actually had the opportunity to work at the White House. I was a White House Commissioner for Education. And I visualized that so strong that I even bought an outfit that I said to myself, this outfit, it's a white outfit, had some military tones. I said, I'm going to wear this to the White House one day. And it took a few years, but I finally got there. And luckily the outfit still fit. And I will say that when I walked into the press briefing room, they moved me from the back to the second aisle, right where the ambassadors were sitting. And after President Obama made his remarks and he was shaking all the ambassadors' hands, he looked over at me with my smart white military looking uniform or dress, and he reached over and he shook my hand. And it just like, wow, I always knew this was going to happen. And because I had told myself in my brain, I had made that happen. Well, the 5th thing is to be grateful. No one opens the doors alone. Other people have opened those doors of opportunities. Other people have paved the pathway. I've been really fortunate to be one of the first to walk on that path, but I know I wasn't the one that opened and made those doors of opportunity, that opened up those pathways, those doorways for me. So I'm very grateful for all those people, the teachers, the supporters, the mentors, and people like you've heard of today. Damari, she got that award, that important award for the doors of opportunity she's opened up for others, as well as the Latino Unidos group, entire committee. They have opened up the doors of opportunity. That scholarship, as you've heard from the scholarship recipients, has opened up their door of opportunity, and the mayor as well. Others have opened up the path. And so be grateful to them. Well, in closing, I want to remind you of those 5 things that made the difference in my life. And no matter your age, they can unlock and unleash your potential as well, so that you can be living a life of your dreams. So remember, I started by asking you, so how did that girl from a Spanish-speaking household that had tragedies on them and kept running out of money. How did that girl become a rocket scientist, Stanford graduate, a tech exec, an author, CEO of the Girl Scouts, now corporate board member? Well, you know, for many reasons, but I will say, knowing how to create opportunity, write down your goals, get help when you need it. Second, being persistent, you know, don't walk away until you've heard no at least 3 times. Remember, excellence is a virtuous circle. And, you know, to make sure that you stay focused and realize that failure is the first attempt in learning on your way to success. The fourth is the first person you have to convince of anything is yourself. And once you know you can do it, no one can stop you. And finally, the fifth is to be grateful. And just like today, I am very grateful. Anthony Perez, I have to say, he exemplifies taking an opportunity and being persistent. He had asked me to be in this for well over 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years ago. And he was persistent, even with all the changes in COVID. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful to have had a bit of time and to really have learned about the commitment you have to the rising generation. And I'm very honored to be amongst you because we share in understanding the importance and actually the joy and the promise and the possibilities of the rising generation. And we're doing all of our parts to open up that door of opportunity for them. So I want to thank you very much. I know that if you look and think about the 5 things, creating opportunity, that confidence that you get from that, not taking the first no, being persistent, resilience, remembering that excellence is a virtuous circle, and failure is part of what it takes to be successful. Believe in yourself. You're the first one you have to convince, and be grateful. I know if you do that, you'll live the life of your potential. Because after all, it's not rocket science. Thank you all very much.
Sylvia, thank you so much. I have chills. I'm sure everyone walking out of this virtual event is feeling inspired and empowered thanks to your inspirational story. Thank you so much for sharing that with us and reminding us that no matter where we come from or what situation we might be in, we are capable of achieving what some people may think is impossible, and also reminding us to dream and to believe in ourselves. I've learned that firsthand too. You know, like you said, you just have to convince yourself, and that's the key to be able to reach your dream. So your story has and will continue to empower so many people. We are very grateful for your humility and your passion to help create our future leaders. And also, you know, thank you to the Latinos Unidos Luncheon Committee for organizing this event and being persistent to get Sylvia to speak to us this afternoon. And I would also like to thank Mayor Castor for taking the time to be with us today. This does conclude our first Latinos Unidos virtual event. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you are interested in learning more about the Tampa Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Council, please go to tampa.gov/Hispanic Advisory Council. You'll find all the information you need to know there and how to get involved. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.